this connection will work. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. I hope everybody is happy and well. If you're joining me live, you're super welcome on this Monday lunchtime. I'm down here in the West Country. I am in my bedroom. It's a bit grey outside, so it's quite nice to be tucked up inside. I actually put a picture on my Instagram stories just a minute ago, just to let my friends on Instagram know that I'd switched platforms, because I'm now on Earle Wellbeing magazine on Instagram. And from where I took the picture kind of from here, and it looked as if I was sitting here absolutely stark naked. So I did actually want to say I'm wearing the jumpsuit that I was wearing on Friday. Did you see the live with the amazing Alice Asquith, talking all about British, ethical, sustainable fashion? It was just so great. And actually I had a lot of comments on this jumpsuit. So before I kick off with beauty, I just wanted to do a quick recap, because it just saves me kind of writing endless replies to everybody. So basically, if I can just show you this, here's the lovely jumpsuit. Sorry, it's this is a size small. I'm usually a kind of 10 to 12. It's plenty big enough, okay? So small for me, you know, I could even potentially go extra small. So they're made to be really comfortable. I don't find it too short or too long. It's, you know, it kind of gathers at the bottom. So, you know, I think for those of you who are smaller, shorter legged like me, it's fine, because you could just kind of tuck it up at the waistband. But for those of you who are longer, you know, it does actually come down quite a long way. So anyway, so this is it. And if you don't want to be quite so revealing, it does have little straps here. So quite good if you are planning on getting some sun and not wanting any kind of tan lines. Then yeah, I mean, I think it looks quite nice with the straps, actually, don't you think? Yeah, Donna, I think it's really nice. And they do have other colours. Anyway, I just thought I'd mention that, because she's currently, it's made of bamboo, Alice, yeah. So bamboo, super comfy. And I think I showed you all the things that I bought over the years from Asquith. Really, really good brand. Because you just wash it and dry it and wear it again and again and again. This is something else that I wear a lot. It's a batwing kind of like top. I don't know, you can wear it for yoga, you can wear it whatever. It is actually a wee bit nippy here, so I'm going to put this on, I think, over the top. But the reason I just wanted to mention it is that the jumpsuits have been flying out if you fancy getting one. And the 25% discount, which was, I have to say, a real surprise when she said that on Friday, it lasts until midnight tomorrow if you're watching this in real time. Check it out. If you didn't see my live on Friday, do go back and have a little look, because Alice talks all about the brand and the ethics behind it, and it was really good. So big thanks to Alice for joining me, and thank you for the very, very, very generous discount, which we are super pleased to have. Now, somebody else that I'm super pleased to have on our community, of course, is my eldest daughter, Lily. And we're going to talk about two things today. We're going to talk about cell return and LED and infrared technology in general, because that really has become her area of specialisation. So we're going to talk about that generally. She's also got a new product that she's launching. Honestly, there's no stopping this girl. Coping with chronic pain and, you know, serious autoimmune issues, and she still is charging ahead with her work and her cell return brand. So as a mother, obviously super proud. And I thought it's really interesting to talk about this. So we're going to talk about that. So if you've got any questions, thank you very much, Lucy. Yeah, I had my colour done last week. Yeah, I had all the grey gone for the summer. So I've gone a little bit blonder for the summer. I just washed my hair and left it, by the way. So it's a bit, well, I don't know. I just didn't do it. But I have to say, I don't know whether any of you have got your Hair Story shampoo yet that I was talking about. Oh my goodness, so impressed. So I used the tiniest amount today. I washed my hair after doing my tricep dips. Hope you saw that. So I washed my hair with the Hair Story. I think, what's it called? Hair wash or something? I forget the name of it, to be honest. I have to look it up. And then I just ran a little bit of that hair balm, like kind of setting thing, just to sort of make the ends not so fly away. Really, really impressed. And we do have the Liz Loves discount code with them as well. So anyway, I digress. I'm not here to talk about hair, but I just thought I'd mention it because you'd kindly picked up on my hair. So just to say that in the last edition of the magazine, which I sincerely hope you all have, there was a prize to win the LED mask, this amazing LED near-infrared mask, which is partly what we're going to talk about today, but we're going to go on and talk about more things as well. I had hoped to maybe make an announcement today, But we have contacted the winner. Okay, so if the winner is watching, you know who you are. But Amy, who's my digital editor, is super hot on all things, you know, compliance and personal privacy and GDPR and all of that. So she has asked for permission to reveal the lady's name, which we haven't yet received back. So until we receive that back, I'm afraid I'm not able to share it. But the winner has been drawn, and so that is all good. So everybody who was waiting to see whether they'd won it before actually buying one, you will know if you are the winner. But let's see if we've got Lily in the house. She is up in London in the studios at the moment. Her story, yeah, it's great, isn't it? I'm not sure, Nikki. I don't think it had your name on it. I'm sorry, it wasn't a name I recognised, to be honest, unless it was somebody with a nom de plume. Hello, lovely girl. Let me turn you up. I've got my volume turned down, I think. I'm turning you right up. That's better.
Hello.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm super well. Have you had a good weekend?
I had a lovely weekend, thank you.
Good. Have you had lots of rest? How's your pain levels at the moment?
I have lots of rest. Sorry?
How's your pain levels at the moment?
They're actually they're pretty good today. I got a really, really good night's sleep last night, which always helps. Good. So probably at like a 3 or a 4, which is kind of my standard baseline.
3 or 4 what, out of 10 in terms of scale?
Yeah.
What does it go up to, dare you say?
Beyond a 10. The difficulty with chronic illness is it's not like I've broken my leg, I've gone from 0. It's like you're dealing with already a pain baseline. So pain scales are really difficult when you're working with chronic pain.
Yeah. Well, I know that you're trying a few new things too, so hopefully.
Yes.
We very much hope and pray that everything will resolve. I'm sure it will, my darling. And you've got exciting news. So Cell Return, which is your baby.
Your baby. I'm on here.
Yeah, your non-4-legged fur baby, because that's the other one. That's the other baby in the family. I miss her. She should be here lying on my bed. How is Basil?
I know, she's fine. She's at home. Everyone might recognise that I'm actually in your studio.
Yeah, you've stolen my position.
I have, because Wi-Fi is better.
Yeah.
So Basil is at home.
Oh,
snuggled up. Yes.
Good. Well, give her a big hug from me. So tell me, first of all, for those of you who don't know, there may be some newbies here who don't really know about your journey. Obviously, go and have a look at Lily's Instagram, amaryllis.earle, because that is her real name.
My real name.
And Cell Return is your business, and that's CELL as in skin cell return.
Skin, yeah, exactly. We're cellreturn.uk.
Cellreturn.uk.
On Instagram, yeah.
And you know, your pain journey and your autoimmune issues, we'll actually talk about later, because it'd be quite interesting to talk about Life Code GX, I think, as kind of part of that.
Yeah, because I played a huge part of it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chat about that.
Across the concept of near infrared. It started with near infrared, because near infrared has been shown to reduce inflammation and pain. And this has been research that has been built on since 1860.
Really?
With the treatment of lupus, and the scientist actually won a Nobel Prize in medicine and physiology for it.
So what exactly is near infrared? I mean, we sort of use these terms. Oh yes, near infrared. I mean, what exactly is it?
So you may remember from school there is a light spectrum, and we can only see the visible light spectrum. Now, near infrared or infrared is the light that is given off by heat. So you might know in David Attenborough documentaries, when they film at night, they use infrared cameras because they can see the warmth.
Okay. So it's more of a heat wavelength, is it?
Yes. So, but it's still a light form. It's still a light, but we can't see it with our eyes. But when we use our near infrared products, for example, the Wearo and the mask, you will actually feel a warmth with it as well.
It's lovely. I mean, I use mine at night, I have to say.
And it's just great.
And it's
So
and it's got the red. Just to say, it doesn't flicker in real life. It's just flickering because of the screens, but it's completely static. Obviously, Lily wears it with migraine, and it doesn't flicker. But the red setting, then, so it is just very slightly warm. I mean, I literally have it right on my face like this. In fact, I actually take that off.
Yes, so it's a combination of red LED light, which and LED is very of the moment in the beauty and skincare world. And then what we do is by combining it with the near infrared, so we're at the very edge of the infrared spectrum.
Okay.
And actually, this specific bit of research was pioneered by NASA by growing plants in space and looking after their astronauts and they found that it helped with cell regeneration.
Wow.
So Cell Return HQ, which is based in South Korea, took this research and ran with it to see what it could do for the human body. And so by adding infrared to our mask, for example, it actually penetrates the skin 12 times deeper than LED alone.
Gosh, and am I right in saying that yours is the most powerful mask in the UK on the market?
In the world, yeah.
In the world?
On a consumer
level.
Go,
Lily! Oh my goodness, you've got to do a little dance. That's amazing. That really is. And is it because it's combining near infrared and LED?
Yes, it is. And it's also the number of, and because, as you saw when you turn it on, the sheer number of lights that we put into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just turn mine back on again so you can see.
Yeah. So it's the most powerful in the world on a consumer level.
Okay.
Because it's professional level light and laser therapy and facials, but made into a consumer product.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I sometimes go to Debbie Thomas for like laser facials, and she's got all these huge, in kind of industrial professional laser machines, which are, tens of thousands of pounds each, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds. I mean, they're extraordinary bits of kit.
Yeah.
But this is something that I use every day, and people watching who may have been eagle-eyed will see that there were 3 light settings. So the red is for aging, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, so that's for aging
obviously.
Well, also preventative. It helps healing. Near infrared is shown to help for healing, speeds up wound healing, and has been shown to activate the fibroblasts in the skin. So that's where our collagen and our hyaluronic acid is made. So it's also moisturising your skin from the inside out.
I have to say, I having obviously worked in skincare for many, many years in my previous life, I now use very little skincare.
I know, yes, we've been talking about this, and I find this fascinating because prior to using LED, the trends in the beauty world were very much breaking down the individual ingredients and then you buying all your bottles and kind of mixing them and layering.
Yeah, your hyaluronic acid, which I still think is a really good one, your retinols, all of that, yeah.
Exactly. But actually, potentially, with kind of like the future of beauty in these technologies, less plastic, less things getting washed down the sink.
That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought about it from a sustainability point of view. If you're buying fewer bottles. Yeah. Because lots of people, virtually all of our customers report that they need to use less skincare. Yeah. And their skin's never looked better. No, absolutely. I mean, people are always saying to me, what are you using on your skin? Because you just look glowing. And I always feel really guilty because actually I'm thinking, well, do you know what? I'm not actually using very much. I mean, I try different things, obviously, all the time for work. And I've got a few favourites. But, frankly, if I skip a night or two, it doesn't really matter. And that would never have been the case. I would never have been able to, I mean, especially in my 50s. I mean, I might have got away with it, in my 20s, but not now. So tell me, moving on from the red light, the next light setting which you can use, which I have to say is not a light setting I use. Maybe I should. It's the pink setting. So what is the pink light doing?
Well, the next one's blue, but we can.
Oh, the next one's blue. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the blue one first, because the pink is actually a combination of the two. So blue light is antimicrobial, it's antibacterial. It's, when you hear of things being sterilized by light and stuff, they're using blue wavelengths. And also it your skin reacts to it as well by it helps managing the amount of sebum and oil that you produce.
With the blue light.
Those two things combine.
Yeah, so that's blue. Again, it doesn't flash in real life, okay?
It doesn't
but
flash,
that's just how you can see that it's turned blue.
Yeah.
And we've had people in the family, not naming any names, but with real issues with acne.
Oh, it's been transformative.
I have. It's like you kind of get a rubber and you just rub all the inflammation and the spots away. It's extraordinary.
Yes. Yeah.
Extraordinary, actually.
It is. Yeah. So it is also multi-generational because I fully appreciate that it's an expensive product.
Yeah, you need to be able to have more than one person in the family using it.
Yes, exactly. And then pink it actually combines the two, and that's really good for inflammations and the reducing the appearance of scarring. So if you then have acne scarring, or if you have things like psoriasis, eczema, any kind of like inflammation.
Yeah, so I sometimes, I've shared here actually when I get stressed, which I have been slightly stressed recently, as you know, I get little patches of eczema, particularly on my chin. And that's actually when I've used the pink mask. I don't have any signs of it now at all, so which is quite remarkable given the stress levels.
I know.
It'll be fine. It'll all be fine. But it's nice to have things that will help.
Exactly, and I've just seen in the comments. So my wonderful assistant Sophie is actually logged in on the Cell Return Instagram account.
Oh, brilliant! Hi, Sophie.
Also answering questions. Hi, Sophie. She's answering questions in the comments as well. So
nice. So if you've got specific questions, great.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, I do know that you are very, very good with your customer service and your questions and your messaging.
That's what they say on Trustpilot.
Yeah, Trustpilot, really good. Great to see that. Yeah. Are you up to 5 stars yet?
We're so close. We're like 4.7 or 4.6.
And that's only because you've got to have so many, haven't you? So if anybody's bought a mask and wants to leave 5 stars, then that will help. Because I think everyone's left you 5 stars, but because you haven't got enough, because you're so new.
Exactly.
They won't give you 5 stars straight away.
5 stars. No, exactly.
Oh, well, you'll get there, my sweetheart. But I know that you've got quite serious medics behind you. You've got a proper medical team and, surgeons and all sorts. So you're not...
Yes, we do.
You're like your mum. You're evidence-based all the time.
Exactly.
So let's crack on and talk then about... and there is a Liz Loves discount, by the way. It's a 10%, just in case anybody's interested. But let's talk about your brand new... What?
On top of the sale price.
Oh, and there's a sale price as well. Oh, wow. Yeah. Double discount. We like that. What do they call it? Double bubble or something. That's great.
Yes. So, yes, our new product is...
I haven't seen this. I'm really excited. I'm going to have to describe it to everybody on Facebook and YouTube.
Yes. Now, we actually originally weren't going to ship these over from South Korea, but we did because it's for the neck area. Because the mask covers the neck, but there's been
it does. It does. What I like about the mask is it's not just the face here; it comes to here.
Yes, exactly. Which most masks on the market don't.
Yeah.
Or you have
this bit you're getting. Yeah, at the front. Yeah. And the chin and the jowly bits. That's
exactly
what you need, really.
So this is the Neckle Ray Plus.
Oh, a Neckle! How exciting! So it's like a band. So it's like made of the similar sort of material, really.
Yes, exactly. So, but it's the first ever 360 degrees all the way around neck care.
Oh, so it goes. So you put it on all the way around, like a collar, goes all the way around.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, and then you've got the lights all the way around.
Oh, I wish you could see it, guys, on Facebook. But go and have a look. Have you got a Facebook page for Cell Return?
We do. We haven't actually uploaded this to it.
Okay, well, go and take a look. Or have a look at the website, and you'll see
pictures. Have a look at our website.
So Lily looks as though she's wearing a very large dog collar. Okay, as in a clerical dog collar, like this, large white collar.
Yes, exactly.
And that looks super powerful. What I like about that is you could walk around the house with that, or be anywhere. This I do actually sit and watch TV sometimes wearing this, but
yeah. But no, this is fantastic, and it's great for really targeting if you've got specific concerns about your neck, like you say, the jaws and the jowly area. Because
I just find this ages so quickly. I do actually have to use quite a lot of cream on my neck.
And this still, just like the mask, uses all 3 modes.
Oh, really? So it does red, blue, and pink.
Blue and pink, all of them. Or
do you know what I would do with that?
I know exactly what you would do with that.
I would sit and I would put it over my hands.
Yeah, I know you would. I know you would.
Because, backs of your hands, such a giveaway. Occasionally I go and get the little age spots on the backs of my hands kind of lasered off because I'm not too thrilled with them. But, our hands do get quite wrinkly, especially at the moment with all this, hand washing and sanitizing and everything. Exactly. So I would like to be sitting on the sofa with my hands under that little thing.
Yes, exactly.
And how much is it?
So it is usually £768, but with the Liz Loves discount, it's £692.
So that's possibly about, is it a third of the price of the face mask?
It's a third of the price of the face mask.
So obviously expensive. These are investment pieces, but
absolutely
quite interesting to see as a kind of more of an entry point potentially.
Yes, exactly. And if that's a particular area that you're concerned about.
Oh, will you lend me one to have a go? Do you have a press one that I can borrow to?
Yes, actually, I was just talking to my team this morning saying that we have to. We'll send you a press one.
Yeah, no, well, I promised to give it back, but I'd love to give it a proper trial. Now, tell me about the other one, because the other one that you showed us was called the Wearo, and this is a bit of a strange one.
Oh my gosh! But also, I'm totally in love with it.
Are you?
I was actually sitting on it this morning. Well, I woke up. I slept funny last night. And it was in my lower back, so I was sitting on it this morning. So the Wearo comes in 2 pieces. So
it's really fascinating. So it's a big sort of pad like that you sit on, and it tightens your bum. Is that right?
Well, it does a multitude of things. So we've got 2 sections.
And then there's a smaller piece, like a triangle piece, that you might sort of put here on the front.
Exactly. And I've been using this because, as you know, I suffer badly from tummy pains and IBS and stuff as part of my autoimmune stuff, and I use this every single day. And
really? You pop it here on your tummy?
Difference. Yeah. And period pains, people with endometriosis have been using it.
Gosh,
which is, really exciting. Because this also has the Wearos also use far infrared, so it's able to penetrate deeper into the body.
So wait a minute, so the mask and the neckle are near infrared?
Yes.
And the Wearo, which is for your lower half, your nether regions,
uses near and far.
Near and far?
Yeah.
Sounds like a song.
So so it's doing the skin. And it's also going deeper into to help promote healing, your body's natural healing response internally. That's how it works.
Gosh, how fascinating. I remember when you first had it a few months ago, and you were down here on the farm, and I tried that little kind of triangular one, which is great because it's portable, so you can kind of lift it off from the bigger piece.
Exactly.
And I'd really hurt my hip that weekend, and I'd seen a physio, and she said, you need to get some heat on it and ice it and just, be careful. Anyway, I sat with it just here on my hip, and it was just extraordinary. The pain just went away.
Yes, yeah, no, it is amazing.
Remarkable.
It is amazing.
And then, last but not least, there is what your what is he? Ex-stepfather. They're very complicated, these fluid families.
My bubba, either way.
Your bubba calls the hair hat.
He calls it the hairy hat.
The hairy hat.
It's not actually hairy.
It's not hairy, but it might make you hairy in a good way, because it looks like a white. If you can't see it on Facebook, it looks like a white cycle helmet, if you can imagine that. So Lily's actually demonstrating it on Instagram. Very chic you look too, darling. And this has different frequencies, doesn't it? Because this is about growing hair. Yeah.
So this still uses red LED light and infrared. But you're right, they're different frequencies, and it actually uses 2 different types of near-infrared frequencies, because what you don't want is any energy coming from the helmet being wasted on the hair or being absorbed by the hair. So it can bypass any hair that's left on the head and get down into the scalp, which is where it's needed to promote healthy hair growth and having a healthy scalp.
I mean, I have I have seen remarkable results with your hair hat, your hair helmet.
I know.
The Alpha Ray.
My hair helmet.
Its proper name.
Yes, it's actually called the hair Alpha Ray. I should
the hair Alpha Ray. Okay, we're just this is family chat here, so we've got nicknames for things, but it really is the most extraordinary thing. And so much safer, more reliable, less expensive than something like a hair transplant.
Exactly.
You know, this is your natural hair follicles that just start to regrow hair. I mean, it's extraordinary. So Lily's brother, Guy, I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this, but he's actually bought one.
He has, yes.
And because although he's a young man, he's 28, you know, genetically, he is beginning to be quite thin.
Yeah.
And he borrowed it when he was home from Kenya at Christmas. Lily had it, the hair hat, the Alpha Ray. And he was only home for a few weeks, and he used it, I think, pretty much every day when he was home with us, wasn't he, at Christmas time?
Yes.
And could see a difference even then. I mean, you normally say it's like sort of 3 months or whatever, but he saw such a difference
that of course, because of your hair's cycle.
Yeah, but he saw a difference, and he saved up and has actually taken one back out to Kenya with him.
And his girlfriend noticed when he got back to Kenya. That was what clenched it. Yes, Alice said, "Oh, your hair looks much thicker," and so he rang me straight away, being like,
saying, "I gotta have one." Wow, I didn't know that she'd said that. She's such a sweetie, isn't she? We loved seeing Alice.
She is.
Yeah, she's got a new book out soon, or her first book, which would be really exciting.
Her first book, I know, it's very exciting.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely to have them here.
And then it's not LED based, but we do also have our Sonic cleanser as well.
Oh, the little cleansing thingy. I love that.
The cleanser and I love it. So you can use this side for cleansing, and then what you do is you can also use the edge, the bottom, for lymphatic drainage and massage.
For massage, there's just no end to your talents, really. Do you think? You know, given obviously you've grown up with skincare and beauty and stuff all around you, because you know I'm not connected to the beauty company anymore. But obviously, when you were small, you know, you and Lucy, Kim's daughter, were very small as well, and you both were girls that grew up with all of this.
Yes.
And clearly you're in a very different side of it. I won't even pretend to know about all the tech. And you've always been very tech and very digi and very switched on with your online and your digi stuff, which is amazing. Isn't it extraordinary how it's kind of come together, this merging of, you know, skin and beauty and hair and all of that, but in a completely different way. I mean, you are really looking at tech and gadgets.
I know. I think it's extraordinary, and I even remember saying when I must have been about 16 or 17, in classic, you know, teenage tantrum. Oh, I never want to work in beauty.
Now, I think your exact words were, because somebody asked you whether you were going to follow in your mother's footsteps and do something, and I think your precise words were something absolutely not. I'm going to do something far more important. And it was like, I was so crushed by that comment.
Oh, Mummy, I'm so sorry. What you've done is so important.
No, I'm not. I'm teasing you. And actually, I love working in the world of well-being and going back to well-being and wellness, because that's, you know, that is ultimately the important thing. You know, for me, beauty is great. I love a bit of beauty, don't get me wrong. I love all my makeup Mondays and all of that. But, you know, it's the icing on the cake, isn't it? What you've got to, as you full well know, what you need to address first and foremost is health and well-being, because that's priceless. That's beyond riches.
It is, yeah.
Which actually is go on. I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just remembering you saying, you know, if you've got, like, you know, acne or things on your face, there's no hiding them, and then you affect your self-esteem and, you know, maybe how you perform in job interviews and stuff like that, you know.
I mean, I see, you know, young men walking down the street sometimes or in shops, and, you know, and they've got their hair down here and they're stooped and they're hunched, and you realise it's because their faces are covered with acne, and it is it's devastating. And especially for the youngsters at their time of life, when they're, you know, forming friendship groups and girlfriends and boyfriends and, well, hopefully now, you know, and all that kind of peer acknowledgement and pressure and social media and all of that doesn't help. You know, if you can sort out skin safely and permanently without scarring, you know, and I do say to anybody that does have somebody in the family with acne or is maybe suffering themselves, you know, please get yourself down to a doctor. Please get onto some, you know, serious medication that can help, because what you don't want is your skin to scar. And obviously, you know, you can use, you know, things like this, which will help reduce scarring, but much better not to get there in the first place. So
yes.
you know, sometimes people are often surprised when I say that, but it's like, listen, you know, a handful of herbs are not necessarily going to help. And it's really important for youngsters to get the balance right. And what I love actually about is I've noticed that my skin has much less pigmentation. You know, my age spots are really
we've had several customers who have had hyperpigmentation or really dark bags see tremendous results.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you know, that's been a real issue for me too. Interesting, you're being asked if you do a hair colour masterclass. I think what we should do, I think we should get you together with Brella, your sister, now that she's coming back from uni, because Brella is the purple-haired one.
She needs her hair redoing, so we could do it, I don't know, live, or maybe film clips of it to share.
Film clips of it. We could do that, because it's quite a process, isn't it, to get the colour to take?
It's quite a process, yeah, and it does take a long time, especially with the bleach and stuff, which we both have to do because we both are naturally dark.
I love yours, actually. Lily's sitting here with her pink hair, but you've actually got quite dark roots. And then pink. It's very pretty colour. It's this sort of colour of my Asquith top, actually, your pink. But it doesn't look odd. You know, it just looks as if it's meant to be like that. You don't look at it and go, oh, look at her roots have grown out. You know, it just looks like a real statement, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I quite like it when so I let my roots grow.
You got the contrast. It's nice. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Now, let's move on away from your lovely LED babies, and thank you for sharing that with us, and well done on your launch. It's very exciting to be part of that.
Thank you.
And I have to say, you know, I'm picking up so many magazines now, and you're in there, not just mine, but you're in Vogue and Vanity Fair and Tatler, and it's amazing.
And the Telegraph, and Country House. Yeah, we've been received really well by the press. The beauty press are loving it, which is fantastic.
Good.
So great.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
But you never know. You know, you can't predict what people, especially journalists, what they write about you. Now, something else that I just wanted to touch on, because we've had a lot of chat about it, and this is moving more, I guess, into the health area, is the Life Code GX. And again, the things that we've discovered together through your pain journey and your autoimmune journey, you know, it has been extraordinary. And one of the things that we discovered was your sensitivity to histamine.
Yes, yeah.
And you did the Life Code GX testing on histamine. And you also did the Nutrigenomic testing, which is the one that I did. So Lily did it first. Lily was recommended to it by Dr. Tina Pearce, who's an amazing doctor, who is working a lot with mast cell activation syndrome, which is very much implicated in, you know, what they're calling long COVID, but actually has this link to histamine and mast cell activation.
Yes.
And she's working with UCL. She's a proper, you know, she's an NHS hospital consultant for many, many years, and now works in the menopause space, which is where I first got to know her, as well as treating people with histamine issues and MCAS, which is the mast cell issue.
Yes.
So she recommended that you did the test. I think that's possibly how we discovered Emma and Life Code in the first place, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It came from recommendation from Dr. Pearce, yeah.
So they do a little cheek swab, super easy, and they then give you the report that says what genetic variances you have that are being blocked for certain nutrients that could then have a knock-on effect for a health implication.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting for you. Amazing, all the comments here, actually. I just have to share a few of these. Carol says, Life Code GX, best thing I did. Mad About Cat says, Life Code GX is amazing, life-changing for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's just amazing.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that's so great, isn't it, when you hear that?
Yeah.
That's why I love it. I mean, it's great to talk about lipsticks and things, that's all fun. But, you know, when you get something that is life-changing, Barbie, there, Life Code GX, a real eye-opener. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so fabulous. How long is the discount available for on the mask, by the way? Are you going to keep our 10% up for a while?
Yes, I will do. Yeah.
But at the moment, it's on sale. Okay,
at the moment, it's on sale.
If you want double discount,
double discount and a free sonic cleanser.
And
That's what I mentioned.
oh my goodness. Wow,
So
sweetheart, are you making any money? She says.
Yes, we are.
You've still got a bit of margin in there. You've got to be careful. You give it all away.
It's while stocks
last. Okay.
So right. Of course, the original sale is our sale plus a free sonic cleanser.
Wow.
And then of course for you lovely guys.
It's just for us, okay? Just for us. We get the Liz Loves. Fabulous. Thank you. And is that everything? Is that including the hair Alpha Ray?
Yeah, so it's on all LED
and the neck,
product.
Everything. Wow.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So Jenna's asking you about what test did you have to diagnose MCAS? So that was then the histamine intolerance test from LifeCode GX, wasn't it?
Yeah, so that was actually mainly a symptomatic based diagnosis with Dr. Pierce, but then she sent me to LifeCode GX to have the histamine, methylation and estrogen pathways tested to confirm it, basically.
And anybody who's interested, there is, if you go to the Earle Wellbeing website, because normally you have to go through a practitioner, you have to be referred, but actually I didn't think that was particularly helpful, just to say to everybody, and you've got to go and find a really expensive, private practitioner and then have a consultation and then do all of that. I thought, actually, no, let's just see if we can make this test available. The basic, let's get the nutritional testing done, because that's the key that you start with. And that's the one that I did, that Lily did. I then actually gave it as Christmas presents to all my family, because I just thought it would be so life-changing, and it really has been, I have to say. And so if you go to the Earle Wellbeing website, if you just put in LifeCode, all one word, I'm pretty sure it will come up. On Facebook, I think Lainey's on Facebook. Do you want to pop a link, sweetheart, for the LifeCode GX? Because basically they've done a special package for us.
Fantastic.
So basically it means that you get the test, you get the report, and you get half an hour with a practitioner, all in this package, especially.
Oh, brilliant.
We have to use the link through Earle Wellbeing. And then if you put in Liz Loves as well, you then get 15% off the whole thing as well. So,
fantastic.
Emma, brilliant. You've got a link on your... Emma's actually watching. Hi, Emma. Very nice to see you.
Oh, hi, Emma.
Emma's just great. And I've recorded podcasts, actually, with Emma, and you'll also find a really interesting interview with Emma. In fact, maybe 2 interviews now with her on YouTube, on the Earle Wellbeing YouTube. So, again, it's quite a pricey thing. I think it's normally about £400, and it comes down to about £330, including the consultation and the report and everything. But
that's very good.
But just amazing, because you found certain things. What do you now take, and how do you live kind of nutritionally as a result of your tests?
Well, so first of all, what my test showed is that the genes that basically work in our histamine pathways, a lot of mine weren't firing properly, and that's what happens with MCAS and histamine intolerance. So I had to change my diet, reducing the amount of histamine that comes in through my food, and also taking supplements that help those genes fire up. As I'm sure Emma's explained to you, the genes, if a gene isn't, each nutrient can help specific, each gene uses specific nutrients. And so you want to increase those nutrients where the gene isn't quite as punchy as it should be. So I was taking a whole range of supplements, but I've actually worked with a nutritionist now who Emma recommended to put them all into one multivitamin. It's an Opti, what are they called? Opti, what's that brand called?
I'm not sure. Opti, not Nutri or BioCare. I know that she uses those quite a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so basically, you found one that has everything that you need specifically.
Yes, apart from quercetin, because that's an antihistamine.
Quercetin.
And then also
we love quercetin. Oh my goodness.
We love quercetin. And then also I'm on, because I've got actually the autoimmune version of it, the MCAS, then I'm also on mast cell stabilizers. For everyone who's saying OptiBac, it's not OptiBac. They're a probiotic brand. They're a great probiotic brand.
I think there was a question that somebody else had actually about probiotics.
Oh, right, okay.
So yeah, Optibac, just jumping in there, is particularly good, I think, for the women's one for pelvic issues, UTIs, that kind of thing. I also really am liking the microbes,
Yes.
which
Oh,
is spelled
great.
microbes, micro, and then BZ, microbes. If you head over to Liz Earle Wellbeing website, look at Liz Loves, there's a whole section of probiotics which we talk about, and that also have discounts. So do take a look at that.
But then the other thing is, I found out, so for example, I've got an increased sensitivity to caffeine. What else? I'm a poor transporter of vitamin B12, so I need to take more vitamin B12.
Take more B12.
Then
and what about glutathione? Because that, I mean, for me, I'm blocked glutathione all the way. I take glutathione every day.
Yes, so do I. So that's the where's my one? So yes, that's the GABA one, isn't it?
That's the one that helps with GABA, and it's
yes.
Yes, and vitamin D as well, obviously.
Yeah.
As your sister
so,
discovered.
Yeah, so mine is red as well, and so I take glutathione. I take a trisomal glutathione.
Gosh.
Yeah, so the liposomal glutathione. So it contains 3 types of liposomal glutathione for maximum absorption.
Wow.
But it's one that you have to get from a qualified nutritionist.
You can get it from a practitioner. Brilliant. I like the liposomal glutathione. I buy the liposomal one from Abundance and Health, where we do have the Liz Loves discount because it's extremely expensive. But I also get the liquid one, liposomal one, which I just find it online. Just being asked here, Lucy was asking if my earrings are the current ones that are on offer, and they are. Well spotted, my little eucalyptus.
Oh, very good.
I know, I love them. I just love the way that they go round here, round the chin. And
yes,
actually, also you can wear them the other way up, so you can wear them as climbers.
Oh,
and
lovely.
I do think, let me just check, they're in the, if you've got your new magazine, yeah, there we go, that's the whole eucalyptus collection.
Oh, excellent.
You can see them there, so they're on offer. You don't need a code, just head over to the Liz Earle Jewellery website and you'll find them with the really pretty little ring, which you can stack. You can get several of the rings and stack them if you want. And then
I love stacking the rings.
You've got your rings, haven't you? You've got the yellow gold and the rose gold.
Yes.
I haven't got mine on, actually. I must go and find them. I'll wear them next time.
Yeah, no, I don't either.
So you're taking, as a result of that, you're taking more vitamin D, more glutathione, more B12.
Yeah. Yes.
And then not really, not so concerned about the others because you know that don't have that genetic variance.
Yes, exactly.
These are the yellow
so then
ones,
I've got the multivitamin that covers all of the variants in this report.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have my report here, which I've just been leafing through. So I'm a poor, because Brella and I are slightly different, but we both need to take more vitamin D.
She needs a lot more. I mean, her life was transformed. I'll get her back here to chat about vitamin D because her life was completely changed with that.
It was, yeah.
Knowledge.
So I'm just a poor transporter of vitamin D. I have a yellow snip on my genes.
And so yellow snip on your genes. But basically what that means is you get this traffic light system. So it's red, yellow, green. Red means that you're blocking it. Your genes are blocking it. Yellow means that it's a bit off. And then green means fine. And actually, I was really pleased. What were you like on lactose? Because I'm green all the way through. I don't have any issues with lactose.
I'm green on lactose as well.
It's great to know, isn't it? That actually.
I know, it's great. It's great. I have a risk of, however, I'm green. I've got one green and one red on gluten though.
Oh, gluten. Yeah, I was orange or amber, yellow on a couple of those gluten ones. So, which I know. I mean, I know, frankly, if, I used to eat a lot of gluten and wheat, and it would make me, kind of really baggy around the eyes, and I would just get quite puffy. And I very rarely now eat gluten, as you know. I'll be spiralising courgette when everybody else is eating, pasta, spaghetti. I mean, I will have it. I'm not celiac or anything, so I will. But I just know that I need to be a little bit careful, and I will try and always choose sourdough bread if I'm being offered some bread, and I don't have it out of choice. I'll make a cake with a gluten-free flour because that's just easy to do, and I guess you're doing the same, aren't you?
Yeah, so and also because gluten can also trigger histamine. So I
Can
cut
it?
out gluten completely for about 6 months.
What was that like? I mean, I guess these days it's easier because there's so many gluten-free
It
things.
is easier, and now I'm eating. Now I'm eating a little bit, and I take. There's a enzyme called DAO, which actually breaks down histamine. So I take that if I know I'm going to be eating something with histamine in it, and the quercetin before I have, a pizza or something or some pasta. As you know, I'll do the half and half spiralized vegetables and spaghetti.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm finding it fine. But I did. Dr. Tina did email me about the possible gluten sensitivity, the day before I went to Italy last year.
No.
So I was like, I'm just going to pretend I haven't seen that email.
So Italy, the land of pizza, pasta, focaccia, you name it.
Yeah.
Oh, what are those little bonbon things they have in the morning in the little cafes in Rome when you go and get your espresso and you get the little donutty things? Anybody remember the name of that? You get the little sort of cornellis, I think, which are the little cone things filled with like a patisserie cream. And then there's these little...
they call our local deli calls lobster tails. The little triangular ones.
Oh.
And you can get filled with Nutella. Oh, they're so good.
That is just so wicked. Now, you're supposed to be trialling keto and all sorts of things for chronic pain, so that's no good, talking about Nutella.
No, I know, and I was actually going to say, so I don't do full keto, but I do reduced a low carb diet. And I mean, keto is a really good tool for that as well. And that's been something that the low carb and reducing the sugar has been something that I've been doing gradually over the last few years, actually, because in 2019 I went to the National Migraine Centre, and Dr. Katie Munro, who you've also podcasted with,
I love Katie Munro, said
that you want to try and keep the migraine brain is very sensitive to any kind of change, internal or external. So you want to try and keep your blood sugar level as flat as possible.
Right.
So since then, I've been trying to up the amount of protein and fat, and keeping my carbs as low as possible.
I think that was Sophie from Cell Return who says it's cannoli, which is
the
little cornetty things.
She's such a foodie. She's a really good cook as well.
I'm hoping to get to Italy this summer. And maybe having a few of those. Like everything, it's everything in balance, isn't it? As long as you're not celiac or having
But also, I do feel quite justified. I've just got this page from my Life Code GX report, and my what's it called? You're not how to pronounce it.
It's a terrible word. That's satiety.
Satiety, yes.
Satiety.
So genetically, I have reduced satiety and an increased preference for calorie-dense, sweet and high-fat foods.
Oh dear. Sorry, that's genetic.
I know.
So you can blame me. You can say it's not my willpower. I'm just genetically predispositioned to eat a lot of buns.
Yes, but no, I have found that once I got into it, actually, my husband Harry and I were talking about it last night. We've just kind of lost our sweet teeth. You do. Once you stop eating the sugars. Sophie's at it again. She says the triangular ones are sfogliatelli, also very yum. Okay, that's enough. We don't want any more cake talk, thank you. It's Monday morning or Monday afternoon. You've got to start as you mean to go on, set the tone for the week. I had eggs this morning, with extra olive oil. Eggs and olive oil. You cannot beat that. This is such a simple thing. If you want to get rid of a sweet tooth and not be dipping into cakes and biscuits later on in the day, start your day with high fat and protein. Yeah. Don't go down the cereal, granola, toast, croissant, all of that. Just don't do it. Save it for a weekend or for a treat or something. Don't have it every day because you're spiking your glucose as soon as you get up. So if you can have, a boiled egg, scrambled eggs, you could have some, high-fat Greek yogurt with some nuts and seeds and some berries maybe. You could have a bit of avocado if you wanted to on a bit of sourdough toast or
on some
Unless you've got a
greens.
histamine problem.
You can't have avocado if you've got a histamine issue. No, you can't.
Or yogurt, or sourdough.
Oh, sweetheart, it's not fair, is it? But you can have eggs and you can have olive oil.
Yeah. Yes, and actually, which I might start doing. Harry was boiling some eggs last night to take to work with him for lunch. So I popped a couple of extra in for me, so they were ready to go in the morning. I didn't even have to worry about cooking or anything. It was so easy.
Yeah, yeah. Oats, yeah, you can do fermented oats. So I would do overnight oats. Interestingly, I was looking at studies showing the amount of butyrate, which is a really good, healthy thing for the gut. It's very calming for the gut. And it massively increases overnight. So if you soak your oats in whatever you're soaking it in, it could be water, it could be milk, it could be some kind of milk substitute, then you will have more butyrate in the morning, which is good for your gut. Because they do then slightly ferment, which of course isn't. You can't have that because of histamine. You wouldn't really want overnight oats, would you? You need to have them fresh.
Yes, yeah. And cooked. I find personally I can't, because I used to put raw oats in smoothies and stuff to add the fibre to them, and I can't tolerate raw oats. They give me a tummy ache now.
Yeah. Now I know that you've been trying a couple of things for gut issues, because you've got some quite serious issues going on there. How are you getting on with things like slippery elm? Because that's a really interesting herb.
And then the Y piece.
Using the Y for the so combination of that for pain.
For pain, and also and to soothe it. I've been doing, although I generally don't do yoga because I'm hypermobile, so I do Pilates instead. But some yoga stretches where you twist. They help just soothe the gut and get things moving again. Yeah. So you want to do this. So when I have a flare up, I'll be on the floor, kind of twisting. Doing when you put one leg over the other and twist it around.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah, that kind of like spine twist when you're doing this.
Yes, exactly. It's a spine twist. It's so lovely for your back, but it also just keeps all your digestive organs moving and things trundling along. But thankfully, those of you who follow me on Instagram might have seen, because I documented a day in hospital where I had a colonoscopy. That all came back clear. Oh, so good. Which is great, and because they were just wanted to rule things out. So they think it's actually linked to, because obviously the gut is like the second brain, and there's the brain gut connection, and you have lots of neurons and lots of pain receptors in your gut, where the ones in my head have become inflamed and hypersensitive, and the ones in my gut have become hypersensitive. And you're going to go and see some new specialist, aren't you, about this? I am. I'm going to go and see a neurogastroenterologist, which is so niche. Who knew there was such a thing? It's very niche. A neurogastroenterologist. Yes, yeah. So everything that I'm doing and making sure I'm eating easily digestible foods and things like that is definitely helping, and I've come a long way in the last few months. Now it's still very uncomfortable and very painful, but I mean, a few months ago I'd be on the floor for an hour every day in a ball crying. So we are definitely making progress, but off to see this guy now to see if we can calm that connection down. So interesting. I'm so fascinated to hear. He's a top professor, isn't he? So I'm going to be very, very interested to hear. He is, yes. You are a medical experiment. You are leading the way and sharing all this lovely knowledge, which is just so great. Thank you, my darling. Thank you for having me. No, I'm super excited that we were able to start the week with so many interesting things, and just to kind of take a little bit of a deeper look at some of the things that you're doing. It's good. I hope that it all goes super well, and that I see you soon. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to be on Wednesday night. I think the boys are planning on watching the football. I was about to say I'm out watching the football on Wednesday night. Are you? I remember being in Italy. I don't know whether you were with me that time. I wasn't, but I remember, I feel like I was there because you guys told me. Yeah, we were there. I forget how long ago it was. Would it have been 10 years ago, maybe more? Yeah. When Italy won the World Cup, and we'd gone out to dinner, and we'd taken whatever kids we had with us. So I think Bella and Kit were with us. And we'd gone up to this little top of this little medieval
mountain town. I think we were unaware actually that it was probably World Cup evening. It was a Saturday night, and huge big screens everywhere. Every bar, every shop, everything was just football, football, football. And then, of course, they won. And it was just the most extraordinary evening. I mean, they just erupted, the Italians. And I don't think we managed to get down the mountain out of the village until about 4 a.m. because the roads were completely blocked. There were fireworks, there were firecrackers, there were horns blaring.
I remember you saying that it was just like the town erupted.
It was just that last goal. I mean, everybody just went completely mad. And I'm kind of hoping, I don't know whether there's a chance, I mean, I'm not really into football, but obviously the boys are, so I kind of see it a bit vicariously. And I don't know whether there's a chance that England and Italy will be in the final. That would be quite an amazing thing.
That would be quite amazing. The family would be a bit torn.
We would be split, yeah, because the Italian side of the family would be obviously, and the boys have actually got both. They've got their England shirts and they've got their Italia blue shirts as well. So let's see, maybe that won't happen. But anyway, well, you have a lovely week, my darling. Thank you. Hope it goes super, super well with everything on every level.
Sending you and all this wonderful community lots of love. Thank you so much for having me.
Big hearts, darling. Big hearts to you. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Oh, fantastic. What a lovely way to start the week. So that is just about it, I think. Gosh, we've romped through so much, haven't we? I'll just do a little quick check here. On my iPad just to check. Yeah, so obviously lots of chat going on now about Life Code GX. Please go to the Earle Wellbeing website and you'll see that. And don't forget, there is not only the link to the special Nutri testing that we can do, but also put your Liz Loves all in capitals at the checkout, because that then gives you the extra 15% off, okay? And yeah, if you want to get any of Lily's things, she has got double bubble at the moment and the free sonic cleanser. So it's triple offer at the moment if you use your Liz Loves on there as well. Final chance, Asquith. Lots of you talking about this. So this is the little bat wing. I mean, I bought this so long ago, I can't tell you. And then obviously this is what I was wearing the other day. This is my jumpsuit, which I think they're getting quite low on now because it's been really popular. So, and they go up to something like an XXL. So they're really generous in their sizes. Do take a look at the website. Super good brand, highly recommend it. They've given us 25% off. It's an affiliate discount code. You put Liz Loves all in one word on their website. That's Asquith London, but that ends midnight tomorrow. If you're watching in real time, okay, you've got till midnight on Tuesday. Justine on Facebook says, does everyone need to take glutathione? No, I don't think so. I think if you are somebody that processes glutathione really well, it's something that we make normally in the body. So if you're having lots of green leafy veggies, which is what you need, your sulfurous foods to make it, and you're processing it well, then I don't think necessarily that there would be a need to take it. My advice would be try it if it makes a difference. When I tried it for the first time, it made a massive difference to me, and obviously it does because I'm block red on my report. If I look at my Nutrigenomic report, it's just red when it comes to glutathione, so I am not processing it, which basically means that my genes aren't able to convert it naturally in the body, so I have to take it. If I take it, then it's fine, I've got it, but what they're not doing is they're not naturally converting it for me from the foods that I'm eating. But I think, if you don't want to do the test, and it is an expensive test to do, just try it. Glutathione is a natural ingredient that we have in our bodies. So it's not going to harm you, and just follow the dose on the pack. And if you find that it makes a difference, then great. Fantastic. You can carry on taking it. If you don't see any difference after, a week or two, then fine. You know that that's not for you. I'm a great believer in just, trying these things, especially when they're safe and efficacious. I am still taking, I took it this morning, just before I go, I have to tell you this, from Youth and Earth, the NMN, don't ask what it stands for because I can't remember, but that was the live that I did with Ed from Youth and Earth last week. If you haven't seen it, please go back and have a watch. I've sent it to several friends, actually. I am using that powder. I'm just putting a little scoopful under my tongue. It doesn't taste great, it's a bit kind of lemony, it's a bit sour. But honestly, I feel really good. And I've got quite a lot on at the moment, which I'll perhaps share here a little bit, a bit further down the line when things are a bit more sorted. But yeah, there's a lot happening in life and I need lots of energy and I feel full of beans. So I'm very grateful. I'd love some feedback. If anybody is taking MNM, please let me know. So don't be scared to take stuff. Honestly, these things are safe and good. You got some from Youth and Earth to try. Well, just see how it goes. I mean, these things you can try them and you can cycle them. You can take them for a month and then you can not. And you just have to just use common sense. I think so much with all this stuff. And I have to say that I've been really fortunate in that the brands that I've focused on here. So they're British brands like Youth and Earth, like Better You, like Dr. Seaweed. They are really good, like Zana Morris, Strong Nutrients. And they are all real people. You can email them. You can go on their website. You can talk to these people. And they are the ones with the specialist knowledge about their products. And they've just been so great. I've had amazing comments about customer service and feedback. I'm just a communicator here that can introduce and share my own experiences. I wouldn't ever say I was the expert in something like M&M. I don't even know how to spell it. So, I would always point you in the direction of the real experts there. But, I can say genuinely, hand on heart, it's making a big difference to me. So I think that is going to be, Amino Slim is the fat burner. Currently out of stock because it's been so popular. And I do have rather a lot of it in my cupboard because I did stockpile it. But I think it's good. I think it's really helpful. So what I'll do is I'll do a live with Zana Morris from Strong Nutrients. As soon as she's got some more back in stock, we'll come on and we'll talk about that again because I think particularly, going into the summer and all of that. What's this about the fish oils? The fish oil, evening primrose. So fish oils, omega-3s, absolutely crucial. Absolutely crucial. So the Ephemerol brand, so they had a special offer, and I think it was Liz 25 to get 25% off. They do a combination of evening primrose oil and fish oil, which is really good. The other brand that I really like is Bare Biology. That's another one. That's got an affiliate code. That's Liz Loves. Bare Biology, let me just have a little look at them, make sure they're still active. Actually, I can't see them on the list here, so that may have expired, but hopefully do take a look anyway. You'll find everything on Liz Loves. There are so many now, it's kind of hard to keep track. But do go and take a look. If you're on Instagram, you click on the bio for the magazine and you'll get lots of these things, or just go to the website. Thank you. Thank you very much for all your kind comments. Really, really helpful just to get feedback. Lovely. Thank you very much. This was a nice comment actually from Mary about Youth and Earth that I was talking about just now. It says, thank you for your information and your discussion with Edward. I emailed him regarding an inflammatory autoimmune condition. I received a helpful and prompt reply. I've had my Life Code GX report last week, so lots to ponder. Thanks for everything you do. It makes such a difference to have such a trustworthy person providing a wealth of resources, especially to women. Thank you very much. And then you add some very kind words, Mary. That's very kind of you to say so. Thank you. I think it's, thank you. This was a comment on YouTube here saying about Lily, your chats are so informative, delivered with genuine care. It would be great if Lily could come back on soon and chat about her mask. Thank you for being here and helping us all through such a difficult time in history. Yeah. Well, hopefully we're about to pop out the other side, aren't we? Yes, we are. Stay positive. Thank you very much. You don't give your name here on YouTube, but thank you. And I hope that you've been able to catch Lily today talking more about her mask. That is it. I am back with you live on Wednesday. Don't forget, I will be here on the Earle Wellbeing magazine Instagram. Everybody on Facebook and YouTube, there is no change because that's already the magazine channel. So we're just basically doing some housekeeping just to make sure that everything is properly lined up. I don't know if Lily gets direct messages on her Instagram. Best to email Cell Return, I would say. Oh, thanks, Megs. Nice comments about the magazine. I love getting everybody's comments about the new magazine, and it's just arriving for so many. Do take a picture. Don't forget, I want to see where they are. I'd love to see pictures of it on your doormat, on your coffee table, in the kitchen, wherever you're enjoying it, under a tree, in the garden, wherever, on holiday, on a train, on a bus, wherever. Don't forget, tag me at LizEarleMe or at LizEarleWB for Liz Earle Wellbeing, and I will share those pictures on our stories. Have a great day. Lovely start to the week, and look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye. Big kiss. Bye.